Hello and welcome back to the Football Terrace. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Do me a big favor and smash the like button. Please hit the share button as well. So important to the Football Terrace that we get that done. Whether you agree with my opinions, whether you agree with the story of which we're reporting on, isn't the point. We want you to like the platform that gives you the opportunity as our community to leave your comments, to leave your super chats, and of course to phone up today via the Skype lines. Just search Football Terrace. You can give us a call. You can come on and have your say. Primarily here to talk about the Thiago situation. There are so many different opinions flying around in relation to this deal. To paraphrase, I've heard rumors that there's a 48-hour window now for Liverpool to officially submit their bid for the player. If that is not the case, if they do not meet the asking price or come to a conclusion of which both Bayern Munich and Liverpool are happy with respectively, the market will open up on Thiago and other clubs will be able to come in and bid for the player. Reportedly, Bayern Munich are giving a sort of almost like a stay of execution to Liverpool to allow them the time to formulate their bid, as a player is set on joining the Premier League and would like to be a Liverpool player. But of course, that doesn't mean that the deal will be done and that Thiago will be plying his trade at Anfield under Jurgen Klopp next season. There's a tweet here from Jan, man like Jan, who says, I'm tweeting what I've been told by reliable people. Deals that I don't have people on the inside, I never comment on. He goes, Thiago wants to play in the Premier League. Liverpool seem to need to sell before they buy. That gives other clubs a chance. That noise is coming out of Germany. That is coming out from the continent on a very regular basis. The likes of Fabrizio, the likes of Christian Falk, and the likes of man like Jan are all reporting on this. There's a slight variety in the story that's coming out, but the general consensus continues to be the same thing over and over again. Other clubs can come in and buy Thiago. Thiago's head could be turned. There hasn't been a single journalist, either pro-Liverpool or pro-Bayern or European-based or British-based, that has said Thiago's mind is dead set on Liverpool only. Remember when Man United were trying to sign Bruno Fernandes? The word on the street was he only wants to join Manchester United. This was more in the January window as opposed to last summer. But I want your views. I want your opinions. Smash the living daylights out of that like button. We're going to go into your live comments. As I said before, we're taking Skype calls. So if you want to phone in, the lines are open now for you to give us a bell on. A comment here from Mustafa says, Thiago, Pogba, Bruno, Van der Beek, just with the cool glasses. Listen, if that was Man United's midfield next year, I'm going to quote Monstar here. RIP Liverpool, if that's the case. RIP rivals, if that's the case. That would just be the most colossal central midfield. I don't even want to say in the Premier League. It's the best midfield in the world. No team. And that's if Man United put it off. And call me up and quote me if I'm wrong. Tell me about a better midfield than that if Ollie can pull this off. We're going to have Stephen on the line straight away. Stephen's a Liverpool fan. 48 hours reportedly to bid for Thiago to get the deal done. What's your head and your heart saying right now? If Ollie, turn your devices down in the background, please, mate. Stephen's a Liverpool. Hang on a minute, bro. Actually, that might be my device in the background, not yours. Sorry, go on. That's my fault, actually. It was my fault. Go on, mate. What do you want to say?
Right, Thiago. There's all these reports going, like all the time going, we're going to sign him. He's dead serious on the deal. We've all heard that before. But what I need to know from these, not just from the Germany reporters, but from Liverpool-based papers, I think that they need to come out more with these sort of stories so that Thiago knows that he's going to come to Liverpool. Because I just keep hearing these stories non-stop every day that he has his mindset in Liverpool, and there's other reports say he's going to go to Man United. We've got to get this done and sorted, because I think it's for me through the weekend after watching that Community Shield final. I do think the midfield is pretty off without Henderson, and I think Thiago coming in will help that, because he's a leader like Henderson who will just shout at players to just get more forwards and burn into the front three, if you know what I mean. And I just think we need that in our squad, and we need to do it soon, because I do not want Liverpool to do this again like they did with the Warner deal.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I mean, you first time I've heard you speak on here before. You actually sound a little bit agitated, a little bit concerned. A question I've asked, I tweeted out before this stream. Do you think Liverpool will meet the asking price? If they do not, and you miss out on Thiago, what do you think the reaction will be of Liverpool fans to miss out on your third target of 2020?
I think could be something wrong with it. There could be something wrong with the club if they decide to do that. I just think that we've heard this. We're going through 3 seasons of this now. We're not signing not too many players that would be high enough price. We've done good business with back in 2017 with bringing in Salah, Mane, all those players with Robertson, Freeman on the cheap twice. But yeah, I would have a very bad feeling if we didn't get Thiago, because there's just something not right. I wouldn't think missing out on Thiago for even 30 million. Now remember, Werner was 50 million, and if you can't sign anyone for 30 million in this pandemic with a club like Liverpool, who are the Premier League champions, then I would maybe start to question what MSC are trying to do here. And that would kind of put me off. You know what I mean?
Mate, I agree with you. And this is, again, I'm not even trying to sort of throw salt at Liverpool here. I'm not even trying to. I'm trying to be as objective as I possibly can be. It's just something doesn't feel right. And somebody put a comment there a minute ago saying, Terry, if you didn't believe that Man United had a deadline with Borussia Dortmund, why do you believe there's a deadline here? Well, the difference is this deadline that's being spoken about isn't a deadline for Liverpool to sign him in relation to, if you don't do it in 48 hours, the deal's off, you're never going to get him. This is a deadline as if to say, if you don't get the bid in, we're going to open the player up to the market again. And maybe this is actually being driven more by the player himself, who's saying, look, I want to get my future sorted now. I want to be able to know where I'm going to be living, where I'm going to be playing. And if you don't get this done in 48 hours, I will start looking at and talking to other football clubs. So I think it's a very different deadline to Bayern Munich saying, get it done in 48 hours. Otherwise, we walk away. But Stephen, thank you very much for coming on, mate. As you say, again, Liverpool fans seem frustrated by this. You can hear it in the voices. Drifty's been asking big questions today on social media, why it will be the only club that's and ahhing around transfers. We've got another caller on the line here. Not sure of your name. What do you want to say, mate?
I'm not sure about 42 hours. Can you explain why?
So what's your name, by the way? Sorry.
Mo.
Okay, so Mo, I'm going by what I've read across media reports. This isn't my opinion. They're stating that if the bid from Liverpool isn't in within 48 hours, the players will be opened up to the wider market, meaning other clubs can come in and sign him. That mirrors very closely with what the likes of Jan Vertonghen, I forgot his surname now. Jan has said, the likes of Christian Falk have said around other clubs may be able to come in and steal him away from Liverpool. My question is to you, will Liverpool meet Bayern Munich's asking price and get this deal done? Or do you think there's a chance they may lose out on the player? What is your opinion?
I think they'll buy him.
You think what?
I think they'll buy him for the price they're giving.
Cool. Do you want to elaborate more on that, or have you just come on to say that?
Nah, man. I'm in the toilet.
Oh, well done to you. Born Red, you're now on. What do you want to say, mate?
Terry, I'm very disappointed with this news that we're getting every day, and it's keeping getting delayed and delayed, because when you look at it, it's only like 25 million to 30 million. I mean, like, I get what they're trying to do, because our owner always does this. He delays stuff. He gets fake news into, they get Bayern Munich to sell the player, and like Liverpool's looking at other targets and all that. But it's like, you can see Bayern Munich's not lowering their price, and it's not even that expensive. Just get it done, bro. Why are you waiting? Like, it's really pissing me off, because we saw at the Arsenal game as well the other day, and we saw towards the end of the season, last season, since that Watford game, I should say, not even after the lockdown, we were struggling to break teams down. Teams kind of did find this out. They were nullifying our fullbacks and the two wingers we had in Mane and Salah, and we weren't being able to create stuff. And Thiago is the kind of guy that will put balls in, and he will create stuff for Firmino, and he will give us something else. But the owners are keeping just not spending it. It's getting to my nerves now, Terry. It really is.
Yeah. But I understand. I mean, I want Liverpool fans to be as open and honest as they can be. Thank you to Mark for becoming an official member of the Football Terrace. I'm listening to Liverpool fans talk, and the real ones are frustrated, and I don't know why you wouldn't be. I mean, it's not a lot of money in the modern day game. Liverpool have got the cash in their bank accounts to get this done. We've added Joseph to the call here. Joseph, what do you want to say, mate?
Oh my God, Terry, this is like I don't know what to say. I never really expected to get on the call, but that's fantastic. I think I have just 3 points to make. Right, the first thing is that with Pep Guardiola, if he's not able to do it with his tactics, he'll throw the money. So you can always expect him to buy more players this window, and that way I think they're probably going to win the season. Uh, um, in terms of who's going to finish, in the top four, it's going to be a bloodbath between United, Chelsea, and Liverpool. And don't get me wrong. With all due respect to Liverpool being champions, I think that if they're going to miss a couple of key players, or if they don't get a couple of more signings in, they're going to struggle because there's going to be complacency for certain. No matter how good you are, if
don't disrespect Liverpool like that.
Yeah.
Come on, don't disrespect Liverpool like that. That's just what you're saying is just we're talking about tie race over here. We're not talking about top four. Liverpool's in top four for sure. Like, don't say that again, man. That's just disrespectful, really.
Listen, I don't think it's wrong to criticise Liverpool. So Liverpool are going to be there or thereabouts. I don't think there's any doubt about that. By the way, thank you, Ryan F, for becoming a channel member. I think Liverpool are going to be there. They're going to be thereabouts. There's no doubt. However, if you don't sign anybody, are you truly confident that you're going to be able to win the league again?
Terry, as I said, teams are finding us out. They're playing the five at the back, and so it is hard for us. And if we don't refresh the squad, I am kind of scared. I don't know if Klopp can get this team to go again. I think the key point in the season, Terry, is that second game against Chelsea. That's where we're going to see two teams going for the title, and that game will prove a lot of things to me. If we go out and we blow Chelsea off the park and we win that match, then I'll start.
Well, the way I look at it is very, very simple. So there's a comment here from Harry that says a tier 1 journalist, I can't remember who, said Liverpool are stalling because he will be free in 6 months. Well, in 6 months you can talk to him without the club's permission. He's free in a year. He says, but if he's going to be there in 48 hours, never mind 6 months, they'll do it. The way you got somebody else here says, hi Terry, the deadline makes no sense. The reason is Bayern will want as many takers, bidders as possible. They have no allegiances to Liverpool to give them time. You're not listening to what I'm saying there, Jason. This may not necessarily be a deadline that's set directly by Bayern Munich. This should also be directed by the player saying, we want this bid in. Like the player may want his future sorted. Bayern Munich might be saying, listen, we're going to start talking to other football clubs if you don't come in soon. Liverpool will still be involved in that process. This actually opens the market up to start a little bit of a bidding war. And by the way, as a Man United fan, if you get into a bidding war and you pick up Thiago for 32, 33, 34 million, I'm well happy with that. So for me, I think Liverpool are taking a massive, massive risk. I know they might want to get him for free in a year's time, but I don't think you can take that risk in the modern day game. You've got to get it done. Kai's now joined us. Kai, the Chelsea fan. Would you make a Liverpool supporters panicking over this? Do you think they're right to be in a bit of panic mode, or do you think they've just got to relax and take it easy?
No, I think they're right. I think from what I saw versus when they played against Arsenal, I don't know what you think, Terry, but they played like they didn't care, like they were complacent. And we've seen it before with teams. We've seen it before with teams who won the league and then they just didn't care. Like, for example, City from last season. Chelsea of 2015-16 after they won it in 2014-15. Yep. There's a similar pattern in there, and Born Red again with your with your hope. You're being very hopeful. You never know who's gonna finish in the top. If you're gonna be like the top four, if you're gonna challenge again, because I personally don't think Liverpool are gonna challenge again next season. I think they're way complacent.
It's ludicrous to say that Liverpool won't be in the top four.
Why is it ludicrous? I don't understand. Who's Liverpool?
In front of us. So who's going to finish in front of us? Chelsea. Okay, let's say
City.
City. Still first.
City is improving. And if they get Messi, I don't think you'll even stand a chance.
If you listened, I said it's ludicrous to say that we're not going to get into top four. I didn't say we might get third. Like
but you might not get into top four.
What? So you think that? No, you're just.
I'm not saying that you won't. I'm saying that you might not to. You might not be able to.
Yeah, we might get relegated as well.
No, you won't get relegated. You won't get relegated, but you cannot say that you will not make it to the top four. You know what I mean?
No, but look. Oh my God, you can't say that. No, Liverpool's finishing top four for sure. Don't say that. That just pisses me off, really. Like,
what do you think, Terry?
And let me just say something as well. Let's just put this in mind as well, that last season we lost all our preseason games as well, and we lost the Community Shield. But when the season started, that's when Liverpool winning, and we started like very well. And I mean that can happen again, hopefully. But yeah, we do need signings. Really need signings.
Absolutely, because looking at the way they finish the season and the intensity with which they play, you definitely need a few more players with the technical ability to take them to season.
100%.
If you're not going to do that, how could you expect to be thereabouts when Chelsea and United and possibly even Arsenal, for that matter of fact, would be trying to push for the top four and you know
I don't understand.
and also
I
challenge
don't,
you for the position that you're in?
I don't understand how can you say that it's good? How can you be sure because of last season? One thing you need to learn about the Premier League, you can't say, "Oh, last season we won it, so we're gonna win it again." That's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. United are gonna get better. Chelsea are gonna get better. City are gonna get better, and you just stayed the same. So if I were you, I would be worried. You can't just be cocky.
See,
and say,
what I would
"Yeah,
say,
we're
let me
champions."
just come in here, guys. I don't want us to go around in circles. I think you're all making good points. I think that Liverpool are favourites, but I've said all along they have to make signings. Without the signings, I don't know if I make them favourites to retain their title, although it's a disappointment either way round, right? Equally, do I think they'll drop out of the top four? No. As good as I think United and Chelsea will improve, I still think Liverpool will be an excellent team going into this season. However, anything but retaining the title for Liverpool is unsuccessful. And if they don't mount, if say they finish second, but they actually finish 10, 12 points behind, say, City that win it, as an example, that's a bitterly disappointing season, especially when spending a little bit of money on Timo Werner and spending a little bit of money on Thiago could have been the difference. And imagine that. Imagine by the end of the season, you finish second, even if it's by 5 points. Liverpool have got £80 million to spend. It would have cost you for both players about £70 million to bring in Werner and Thiago, and Liverpool haven't done it. If you then go on to not retain your title, that would make any fan of any club furious. 70 odd million quid. Come on, man. Liverpool have got that in. Liverpool have got that money probably in cash in their bank accounts, and I've never looked at what they do. These are not big money deals that Liverpool could have. You could have brought in two world-class players in Timo Werner and Thiago for like 70 odd million pounds. Of course, it's embarrassing if you don't get it done. That's why every Liverpool fan worth their salt is frustrated right now. We've added Prime to the call. Prime, what's your opinion on this? Should Liverpool fans be frustrated at this moment in time, or are we all getting ahead of ourselves?
Yes, they should be, because Liverpool fans can bring up that they didn't strengthen really last season. True. However, you went into the season not as favourites to win the league. You weren't Premier League champions, and City fell off a cliff. I've seen Mourinho come back to the Premier League for Chelsea. We finished third. We strengthened early. Costa, Fabregas, two notable big signings for us. We won the league. The next season, we were favourites. We were expected, at least for me, I expected to at least and be up there, if not retain the title. We did not strengthen correctly in the market. John Stones, who then was a good defender, we were linked to Paul Pogba, and people can talk about what happened with him at United. But again, a quality central midfielder, if not borderline, if not world class, and borderline world class. We did not buy those two players. We didn't really buy anyone that window. Everything happened with Jose, the players fell out, whatever. We finished 10. No, let me finish. No, there's not. Let me finish, bro.
Wait, okay, finish.
When Conte came in for Chelsea, the season we won the league, we strengthened correctly. We brought in N'Golo Kante, the big notable signing. Even though he wasn't for a lot of money, he transformed our midfield. We played a 3-4-3. We win the league in style with 10 maximum points. The next season, we were favourites, and we were expected to, if not win the league again, at least be up there. We did not strengthen correctly. We did not win the league. We finished I think 6th.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that's being made there. We know that there's a comment here from Jason in the comments. Jason John Baptiste, who says, Terry, if we lose the title by 2 points, it's still failure for Liverpool, regardless of what we do in the market now. Anything given an excuse. Do you know what though? No, if you spend in the market and you have reinforcements and a team is just that much better than you, you've done all you can to try and win it. Not spending, not strengthening 2 years running, I'm telling you what, it's going to leave a bitter taste in the mouth, and fans will not look beyond it. And FSG and Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are potentially creating a rod for their own backs here by not spending money, which we all know they've got. And By the way, like I've said, if they don't spend, they retain that title. And maybe there's a crash in the financial markets again within football. Maybe there's another suspension to the season. Who knows what's going to happen globally? Maybe Liverpool come out smelling of roses. But at the moment, there is certain nervousness amongst fans. Before we go any further, there's nearly 2,000 people watching. There's nearly 2,000 people watching. Do me a big favor. Please smash the like button. We're not going to continue talking until we fly past the 500 mark on likes, please. We need to say that right now. So hit that like button for us. It'd be amazing if you could. Really want to get some more opinions here, but please hit that like button before we go any further. We've added Monstar to the stream as well. Really interested to see what he's got to say on this. Later on this evening, we are going to be talking Upamecano to Manchester United. That room is picking up pace. Of course, Kai Havertz to Chelsea is trending today. We thought we'd give that a bit of a break as well. But let's push this stream past the 500 like mark before we continue. We're on 352 now. Come on, hit that damn like button, please, ladies and gentlemen. It'd be amazing for us if you could do that. Terry, has the transfer window closed? Well, you know it hasn't closed. That isn't the point I'm making. Where I would be worried as a Liverpool fan is the fact that if we didn't sign Werner because we didn't want to spend, and if you don't sign Thiago because you don't want to spend, how likely is it you're going to spend later on down the line? If you've got the money, just do it now. I mean, that would be the concern here, in my humble opinion. A comment here says, I trust Grizz Khan over this ball twat Terry. Listen, Grizz is my guy. Grizz is my guy. And like I've said, if Grizz has the opinion that it's going to happen, you can have that opinion. We're an open forum here. I'm reporting on what's being said today, that Liverpool may lose out. Go by my honest opinion. What have I said all along? That I think Liverpool will still get this deal done. I'm asking you to come and express your opinion. I am not making a statement other than the fact that you're still favourites. I'm still 90% sure that you're going to do it. I'm asking for, will you be disappointed if you don't? What will the reaction be if you don't? Do you believe the media reports by the likes of Christian Falks that Man United are now coming in and could hijack it? If you don't believe it, just say that with some respect. Why do you have to become all angry and aggressive and demonstrate that you're a man-child? Why is it that you have no decorum? Why don't you have any alpha still? Why is it that you can't just have a conversation with somebody without becoming overly offensive? Why is it that you have to get personal with people? Is that because deep down inside you're fearing that this might happen? Is it any other kind of deep-lying, deep-rooted inadequacy that you've got? If you need to talk, direct message me. If you need a cuddle, come see me. We're here for you always. But listen, my friend, calm yourself down a little bit because you're embarrassing your family name. Your dad right now is regretting jizzing in your mum. Let's go back to the callers here. Monstar joins us. What you saying, bro?
All right, Monstar here. Pray for the rivals.
Amen.
Pray for the Lions.
Onto Liverpool. If you don't get Thiago this summertime, this transfer window, that is a failure of a summer transfer window. And that now means that Chelsea and no Manchester City will be going past you this season. You'll probably be third or fourth. I'm telling you now. Mark my words in it.
Okay, wait. Let me just tell you.
Oil FC, man.
Okay, let's compare the Chelsea and Liverpool side since you're so confident. We have a better attack. We have a way better defense. And in midfield, if we get Thiago, we even have a better midfield. Where are you better?
You have is a defensive striker, my friend.
Hold on. No, they don't have a better attack than us. They don't have number one. Number two, you don't know what your midfield is going to look like next season. So if with your current midfield, I'm sorry, it's not better than Chelsea's midfield. In fact, your midfield don't even create. They're just workhorses. Do you know what I mean?
But we've been playing with these workhorses for 2 seasons in a row. 97 points, 99 points. We won the Champions League as well.
Your creative outlet is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Without Trent, that your team is crippled, and we saw it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's been our creative spark for 2 seasons in a row, and we have no issues. And plus, people say that it's not only him; it's Robertson. Salah creates a lot of chances. Mane creates a lot of chances.
Yeah, that's true. But Trent didn't play in the Community Shield, and you guys drew. Take away the fact that it went to penalties. You guys drew against Arsenal. If that's a league game, that's 1 point.
That's one game.
Do you know what I would say though about this? I'll just on this, instead of getting stuck in the weeds on this, what I would say, and again, I'm trying to be respectful here. You have had these workhorses. You have had that in there, and that's fine. But
other teams improved, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and things get found out. Things get found out. Things get tired. Nothing works continuously. You know, if you were to really study I'm not too sure what that noise is. If you look and study other teams, even like the great Fergie teams that won 3 titles on the bounce, just go back to the most recent one that did that. It's 07, 08, 09. Look at the differences in those teams each year. There were subtle changes. There was new players brought in. There was new blood. Because if you just do the same thing over and over again, teams work out how to stop you. And I know a lot of Liverpool
too, you know.
Exactly.
and you need to change something, and that's why Thiago, and that's why Liverpool fans were so buzzing about Thiago, because you know that he gave you a different dimension, and it's right. And now that it might not happen.
Liverpool have been playing this.
Go on, mate.
No. Who's talking? Okay, wait. Klopp has changed the system this season. So we've got Curtis Jones. We've been playing him a bit more. We've got Keita. And from preseason and towards the end of last season, I saw him playing Keita more. And we see that Curtis Jones is getting more playtime. And if we get Thiago as well, we can put him in as well. So I can see that Klopp is changing a few things. What I'm a bit scared of is us getting used to this and if it works. So that's the only thing that I'm worried about a bit. But I still think that this Liverpool side, we will come out strong to the season and we will win the league again.
You guys have been playing the same 11 for the past practically 3 seasons. I'm telling you now, some players are going to drop. You're going to see. They're going to start picking up injuries.
True.
You know, I don't wish it on
complacent,
them,
you know, too.
And that too, yeah. So we'll see it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Team can pass on such a world-class midfielder like Thiago. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
For about 27, 28 million pounds as well. We're not talking about colossal amounts of money here. Like I've said, 27 million for him. Let's just say 30 million to make it a nice round number, and 42 million for Werner. That's 72 million pound for a team that have finished where they are. We've added Absalom Williams to the call. What do you want to say, mate?
Take off your camera, bro.
I had to mute you because wherever you are is too noisy, bruv. You can't, no disrespect to anybody, we can't be calling the show if you're in a train station or on the motorway or something because it's too noisy. We can't handle that here.
Hey, can I add on this whole Liverpool debate because I haven't really had
go, mate.
To add on it. I see that Liverpool fans are backing the team, and I realize that. But I don't think Liverpool is 30 points better than Chelsea, than Manchester United, than Manchester. I just don't see that. I don't think they are. I think they had a good season. But the fact that they didn't move on, other teams have improved. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of Liverpool fans are undermining that. Extremely undermining that. I see that Liverpool fans are backing the team, and I realize that.
Sonny, mute your device, please, mate. Yeah, Sonny from Sonny TV Unfiltered in the house. What you saying, bro?
It's Sonny TV Arsenal. So where you been? 1980s. Tell me, you know what I said something the other day, and you laughed at me, right? But as days go on, it's not as funny now. I said that Liverpool won't finish in the top 4, and you know what? I stand by
that. I can't.
Who's replacing them?
Dang, man, what are you serious, bro?
What? Who's replacing Liverpool in the top 4?
Go on, let's Sonny. I know Born Red responded. Go on, Sonny, respond to that. Go on, mate.
I think Arsenal are going to come back stronger. Chelsea are going to be stronger. United are going to be stronger. I don't know what you're laughing for, bro. Because Arsenal beat Liverpool twice. We've beat Chelsea. We beat City. You know what's so funny?
So you think
give the guy some basketball tell because I think he's got stomach cramps.
Man, I think your brain is made up from peanuts, bro. Your brain is made up from peanuts. What are you saying? Liverpool's not going to
peanuts, fam.
Do what? What was that? But listen. I don't know which one of you Liverpool. I don't know which one of you Liverpool sport is, right? But I'll tell you something, right? That Craig got the Anfield agenda, bloke. He's probably still crying. Is that why he's gone missing?
Dead joke.
I think they're getting overly cocky. They've been one Premier League and they're getting overly cocky.
But bro, 30 years, bro. Do you know what? Last time Liverpool won the Premier League, you probably wasn't even born, was you? And you think you're going to do it?
27. I don't even know who Liverpool are.
You think you're going to do it a year later as well? No chance.
I wasn't even talking about 30 years. It's been 16 for Arsenal now. I wouldn't even talk about 30
So what? Well, how long we got? You know, it's been 16 for Arsenal. It's not 30, is it? Listen, Liverpool win the league once in 30 years. All of a sudden, you don't think you're going to win the league every year. I don't know what you lot are on down there. Seriously, I don't know what you lot are on.
Again, listen. Let me just say on this. Liverpool are going to make I think top 4 is almost as close to a guarantee as a club could ever have, and I think that they will do that.
We shall see, Terry. We shall
see. We shall see. But I think falling outside the top 4 is too much of a push. If they don't sign Thiago, and if they don't make any significant signings, then I believe it'll be very hard to retain their title. I just can't. I'm being honest. I can't imagine a world where Liverpool refuse to spend any money. They've had the chance again. I repeat, £72 million of spending this summer for Liverpool, circular, would have signed them 2 top world-class players that would have improved their squad. If they decide to not do that for Thiago as well, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I would throw. I don't care what you've won in recent years. I'd be throwing my toys out, my pram, because you're almost giving the title back to another team. You're almost saying we're happy to have won it. We're almost happy to have been here. Thank you, and we're off now. That's how it sounds if you don't go out and make these signings. It would be absolutely ludicrous to get it done. But my point is, I actually can't imagine that Liverpool are going to do this. I like bantering it, but in the cold light of day, I can't imagine that that's stupid. I can't see that that's stupid.
Yeah, I think it will happen to her.
As for Liverpool, they're not going to win it. I don't think so. But they'll probably be in top 4. But Banter FC, they think
not
they're
necessarily.
getting top 4.
Listen.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal.
Chelsea are going to settle either.
So hang on a sec, Sonny. Let's just go back to this. Forget talking about other teams for a minute. Talk about your club, Arsenal. Where is this sudden confidence come from in you that you're going to make the top 4? That you're going to leapfrog Chelsea and Manchester United?
Terry, I don't even know why you're even putting Man United in the mix. When we're talking, just leave Man United out of it. Leave them to one side.
Why? I got to stop, boys. Just wait a sec. Don't everyone pipe up a second. Why would you put Man United aside? We came 3rd last year. We're the 3rd best team in England right now.
We'll start level.
Hang on, whoa. Hang on a minute. Who finished 3rd?
You asked me a question. You can let me answer it.
Yeah, but we'll break the question down. That Man United are 3rd best. Why are you putting us aside?
You can break it down as much as you want. If you want to win a trophy, if you want to get a trophy for finishing 3rd best, we had a better season.
No, didn't say.
We had a better season than you.
That's nonsense. You know that's nonsense.
Who had the better season?
Man United.
Wait, Sonny, hold on, Sonny.
Yeah. Teams will play Champions League.
The top 4 teams in the 1920 season got Champions League. Arsenal weren't in it, so you're not better.
Bro, you know what? There's no point in a foreplay, bruv, if you don't go and finish the job, bruv. What's the point?
That is true, and Arsenal were getting top 4 consistently for so long, and yet you were getting better.
And what did it mean? It didn't mean nothing, did it? It didn't mean nothing.
Yeah, so that's the exact same thing. United are
again. We're getting guys. I'm not getting stuck in the weeds on these debates. We've had this before on the platform. We're not going to bore the viewers with it. In an independent, myopic view of an individual season, yes, winning trophies is important, but the progression of your team is massively important.
You asked me a question.
Yes. So let me go back. Let me go back to that question. So you've said you put Man United aside. Answer why you're putting Man United aside.
Right, no. First, I'm going to answer why Arsenal.
Okay, go. Then we'll start on that and go for it. No one interrupted, please.
Secondary.
Go for it.
Right. The reason I'm so confident about Arsenal, right, because you can see with the crap players that they've got, the massive progression that they've made. Okay, you can't dispute it. In Mikel Arteta, we're now out of Wenger's shadow, right, and there's a new shadow coming above the Premiership, and it's called Mikel Arteta, right, and as soon as we added a little bit of gloss to the squad, we're going to be there. We're going to be challenging this year. I'm telling you. They get Thomas Partey, and they get a number 8. We're challenging.
Challenging for what?
Challenging for what?
Win the league.
Internationals in your team. What league are you going to challenge for?
You have been
in the Europa League for 4 seasons.
Sonny,
You even won it once.
Sonny, you can't park the bus against Brighton, bro. You can't park the bus against Brighton.
What I want to go back to is what you said is that
guys, do me all a favor, please. One at a time. When you all talk, no one hears anything, so it's pointless. Go on, Prime.
What I want to go on to is what you said out of the shadow of Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger, first half of his, or first quarter or whatever, or third of his Premier League career, amazing. But is this not the same Wenger that you guys, your half or majority of the fan base chastised out of your club?
Well, sorry, I was one of them. I was one of them holding the banner to get him out.
Yeah.
So, but, okay, Prime, that's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about here. I'm sorry, mate. Because I don't want to get dragged into other things. Go for it, Monster. Go for it, Monster.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at Arteta's brand of football, the way they play, that kind of football kind of works for cup games. It works perfectly for cup games. So we're talking about over a stretch of 30. Hold on, over a stretch of 38 games, you lost your your so-called best player or your most creative player in Danny Ceballos, who doesn't even want to come back to Arsenal.
That's who.
He wants to go to Real Betis. He doesn't even want to come back.
Danny Ceballos won. He's not even good enough for the Premier League. I'm sorry, but he's not.
But most Arsenal fans said he was your most creative player.
I don't care about. Listen. Most Arsenal fans are stupid. They're not as stupid as Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans.
Yeah, I mean, most Arsenal fans think they're going to win the league next year. Listen, Sonny, Sonny, we're going to drop this subject now. O'Shea Johnson's just joined us, Liverpool fan. Would love your opinions, mate, on what's going on with Liverpool's transfer policy right now. Let's go back to the transfer policy of Liverpool, please, guys. Go on, O'Shea.
Yeah, I'm not really, because like I've just got out of my house, so I don't really know what's going on. I don't think Liverpool have got 48 hours to sign Thiago though.
That isn't what was said though, bro. That isn't what's been said. There's a rumor going around that within 48 hours, the player and/or Bayern Munich, whoever's doing that noise in the background, please stop. Either Bayern Munich or the player are going to open themselves up to the rest of the market. So Liverpool can still sign Thiago beyond 48 hours. That's not been claimed by me or any kind of journalist or any newspaper or news outlet today. They're saying that it'll be opened up to the market, meaning somebody else could come in and take him away from you. The player will start to look at other clubs. So you might be able to buy him, but you could lose him. And for me, we've seen this happen so many times in the history of football. Do you think it could happen to Liverpool on this occasion is the question that I'm posing today.
I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
Why?
I don't think it will. I think we will. Just for the simple fact that he's open to the market now. You're telling me if City didn't come in and say, look, we'll give you 30 million cash to Bayern Munich, wouldn't say yes now. Of course, he's been open.
Well, that isn't what's being said, though, is it? That's not what's been said. If you listen to the detail that's come out from the journalists who have the inside information, that he likes the idea of he wants to go there. He wants to go to Liverpool. But the problem is he wants to go to the Premier League and he wants to leave Bayern Munich. Liverpool have said to him, we want you. Oh, I'd love to come and play for you. You've got to bid the money that Bayern Munich want. We'll go and sort that out. You know, it's been 7 weeks. There comes a point where the player's going to be like, I want to sort my future out. So he hasn't committed himself on paper, but he has said to them, I'd like to come and play for you. But Thomas Lemar said that to Arsenal. Lukaku said that to Chelsea a few seasons ago. Gaza said it to Man United in the 90s. If these things protrude or the clubs don't get their bids in or they don't get their ducks in a row, you miss out on these players. You know, we've seen it happen so many times, and that's what I'm asking. It could happen here.
I do think there's a possibility, but I'm confident that this deal will go through. We missed out on Werner, and I think that hurt us massively as a club, missing out on Werner. And I don't think we're going to miss out on Thiago. I'm confident that we'll sign him. Whether because of this new story. Confidence, yeah, but that's all you have to go off. We're all fans. None of us work for these clubs, so all we really have to go off is our own confidence and trust in the club. That's all we're going. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know whether we're going to sign him. I don't know whether this news is going to force Liverpool to sign him in the next 2 days. I don't know, but I'm confident it will happen. I'm sure that it will happen.
I'm confident that Liverpool get the next trophy when the next Premier League when you're 60, bro.
Sonic.
Bro, just
Okay, there's a saying that your history will determine your future.
That's saying.
Bruv, man, that sounds like something out of a Christopher Nolan movie.
No, but it's not.
Do you know what? Time for 2 days of talking shit. You know that. 2
My
days,
point-
you've been off your game, bro.
No, my point is that we've seen from the past, like my point is we see from the past, like with Werner, that he was wanting to come to you guys, but you guys weren't willing to pay the money. How do we know it will happen with Thiago?
I'm not saying it won't. I'm just confident. You asked me a question and I gave you an answer. Like I can't go into more detail than that. I don't work for the club, so I can't go into more detail on why I think it will happen. I just think it will happen. I just do. I just think it will happen.
Well,
if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
There we go. Listen, boys, I appreciate you all coming on, having your say today. Some really good opinions in that. Thank you all very, very much. And that's part of the reason that we do these calls. You know, we've all got differences of opinions. The news is saying one thing, fans will think something different, and it's about coming on. And sometimes I will challenge your points. And it isn't so much that I disagree with you. I just want to get to the crux of why you believe what it is you believe. And if it's just based purely on faith, it's just pissing in the wind. If it's on something you've read, something that's happened in the past, so be it. But come on and speak it with your chest, as opposed to just what I hate on socials is I think X will happen. Why? Why will X happen? Because I think. What? Come on, man. Tell us why. You know, put your money where your mouth is. Speak up. Ram Locker Room here says, "Tell I don't ever mention the genius that is Nolan with Prime. How dare you?" No, it just sounds like Prime keeps. I love Prime, but he keeps trying to. It's like he's trying to come out with something every stream. He's like, "I'm looking for that." What's the word I'm looking for? He's looking to say something. There's a word for it. Begins with P, and it's now I'm keep. It's not primal. It's not poetic. It's not precise. It's, come on, help me out with this word. It's on the edge of my tongue. Profound. It's trying to say something profound, and I love it. It does make me giggle. Someone says, "Stop putting Sonny on." Listen, bro, you guys have got to grow a pair here. We've got Chloe Lewis looking to come on. Chloe, what do you want to say?
You boot.
You almost pulled it off, bruv. You almost pulled it off, but you're blocked now. You're done. Finished. There we go. Listen, until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. God bless, and we'll see you all again very, very soon.